Hello and welcome to my channel Green Lion Goddess Tarot. This is your new moon in Virgo reading, and we're going to do a reading and I'm going to generally talk about the energies of the new moon, how we can work with it using a combination of tarot and astrology, and we're going to do a short reading for every sign. So before I start, there is only one day left for the early bird sale for my Tarot 101 course, where I teach you the exact method that I use for tarot. And that early bird offer ends on Saturday, Eastern Standard Time, midnight, the 23rd. So if this is something you've been considering, jump in. Now's the time to jump in. It will still be available after this, but it will be at a different price. This is the early bird price. So let's have a look at what we have. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description box below. Very first message coming in for this new moon in Virgo is have no fear. This is a message from Archangel Michael. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. Now, it's interesting, this beautiful new moon, because it is a new moon. It's about going into the darkness, the womb-like space where we set an intention for birthing something new. It's in the sign of Virgo that wants to serve, wants to bring some mind-body connection. It wants to even be looking at our health. But it also is the maiden. So the maiden is basically receiving this seed, which is going to be like a maturation, a birth for the maiden energy. And they're saying the maiden is strong. And so we're planting a beautiful new seed. But the thing about this new moon is that it is a very rare new moon in Virgo, because we have two new moons. This one is at 0 degrees, which is a powerful new beginning. And the second one is an eclipse. And that's happening at the 21st of September. And that is at 29 degrees, which is a powerful ending. So we're quietly birthing something at this moment in time which feels very significant to us, that feels like it's something new that we need to nurture, that we need to look after, but yet it feels strong. And it feels like something that potentially we haven't done before, or something that feels very different for us, but yet it feels very fated. It feels like we might not necessarily know where this is going to go, or what it means in our life. It might have some unpredictable things associated with it. It might bring some unpredictable change. It might have a greater impact than what we know, or what we can even see right now. And for some of us, we're like, I don't even know what this seed is and what's birthing, because it's in this beautiful, quiet, dark place. And yet it feels like there's something powerful brimming inside there. So let's pull a message. This particular new moon is making a finger of God aspect in terms of the astrology, which is saying that there's some kind of fated energy around it. So we have Earth, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Now that makes so much sense, because the Virgo energy is Earth. It's an Earth energy. It's about connecting into our body. But this seed that's being planted feels like it comes from, like you said, the finger of God. It comes from something outside of Earth, outside maybe from some kind of other multi-dimensional realm or other aspect of our soul, which hasn't necessarily been involved with the business of us being on Earth at this moment in time. And it's something new that's coming in that is learning to ground itself down into the reality of being on Earth, even though it feels like it's connected to some other thing, like spiritual thing, high vibrational thing outside of us. So that's why it's nice that we've got Archangel Michael coming in saying, have no fear, because it might feel a little bit unsettling, or it might feel a little bit strange. Like, what is this thing? It doesn't feel like me. Maybe I have to reconcile other parts of myself, or open up to other parts of myself, or open up to new paths that I'm not used to. But at the same time, there's this very strong calling here. It feels like there's this deep message inside calling you to do this, to be able to care for this and nurture this. So it's quite a beautiful and mysterious moon, I have to say. Let's pull an affirmation card for working with this. We have, I see clearly. I willingly forgive. I breathe love into my vision, and I see with compassion and understanding. My clear insight is reflected in my outer sight. So it feels like there could be, even though like, okay, this could happen. What they're showing me is it's the new beginning that is in the darkness of the new moon, this new seed that is planting, which represents a new stage of life. It's the maiden moving into the mother type energy. So it's almost like something is moving and growing up and maturing into a new phase where it can hold more space in our worlds. But we have to learn to nurture and love it as it creates this space. And so part of that might be about us forgiving ourselves, but also learning what this vision is, what this seed is for us, and breathing love into this vision, working with energies of compassion and understanding. And eventually it will become clear what this is. So that's our affirmation card. I see clearly, because it might feel like the opposite of that. I can't see clearly. It's something in the dark. It's like a seed germinating and I don't know what it is yet. I don't know where it's going. I don't know what it looks like. And interestingly, yes, there are the fated energies around it, but we also have this new moon is squaring Uranus, which might bring change into our life. It might feel like whatever this new thing is, we want to create an impact, or it might be showing us where we've outgrown old patterns and we're ready to step into something very new. And we see that here with this page of crystals, which is always a very new and fresh energy, a new message that we're getting here, like this beautiful little fox, ideas and discipline. So this finger of God is making a very strong aspect to Saturn at 0 degrees of Aries. And so Saturn wants us to bring our ideas into discipline in some way. So whatever is being birthed here, yes, it is fragile and needs to be cared for, but at the same time, when it wants to grow and grow into what it needs to be, it's going to require a steady hand. It's going to require whatever this is, because it's a pentacle, so it's some sort of tangible seed. I like it's a pentacle. It's an element of earth, because Virgo is an earth, the beautiful earth element as well. And it is about potentially some kind of new seed that's connected to the tangible realm, which is learning how to be human in the world but not of it. There's something here that's birthing in our life that is in the world but not of it, and yet it is ready to build and grow. And so, yes, we are nurturing, looking after it, but we also have to have the discipline or the commitment for it to grow into what it needs to grow into. And so it feels like something very tangible and strong and stable can come out of this, which is quite amazing. And it actually could be quite transformative. So it packs a bit of a punch, this full moon. New moon, I have to say. So let's see. Let's pull another affirmation card. We have, I am flexible and flowing. So as Virgo is a mutable energy, it needs things to be flexible and flowing. It's a sign ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is in Leo at this moment in time in a fixed sign. So Mercury is a little bit more fixed, but Virgo is saying it is time to be flexible and flowing, and you don't need to know exactly what this is. It's connected to the South Node of letting go of it having to be perfect at this moment in time, but through the beautiful Virgo process it will go through as it's building and growing, it will refine into something that it needs to be. So it's saying we need to be flexible and flowing with how this grows and moves into our lives. So we've got, I am open to the new and changing. Every moment presents a wonderful new opportunity to become more of who I am. I flow with life easily and effortlessly. And interestingly, the message I was given is be open for the element of surprise, of awe even, like, oh, this is surprising. I wasn't expecting this to be coming in. So let's ask about setting an intention for this moon, this new moon. What is the card for setting an intention? I feel like there's another card that's coming out here. Okay, beautiful. We have the 3 of Acorns, foresight and exploration, and shaman, divine wisdom and spiritual power. So this is the 3 of Wands and the shaman energy. And so like that beautiful giraffe there suddenly got the higher perspective, things have suddenly become clear. It's got a little clearing in the trees and can see something now. I see clearly, can see what it is that you're ready to explore with this. And when that happens, it's going to have this sense of connecting to this very strong spiritual power, this divine wisdom. I see very clearly why this finger of God is here, why this fated energy is here, why my soul is saying, let's create this in our world, let's go down this path, even though it feels like something that is not of us, but it's been called into the world. And so set the intention so in terms of setting an intention, this is about setting intention for knowing the spiritual path that is evolving for this beautiful seed. So that is it for the reading. I'm going to pull some cards for each sign and just ask about the seed that is birthing here. And so we're going to go into that. But before I do, don't forget about my beautiful Tarot 101 course. This is the last day to get it at the early bird price. So check it out. Otherwise, it's going to go up forever to another price. So the link for that is in the description box below. Okay, so for Aries and Aries rising, we have this seed is the 10 of shells, blessings and well-being. It is planting a seed of happiness. Ooh, beautiful. So it is saying plant a seed that can bring you blessings and well-being. And it could be, this is the 10 of cups, it could be something around longer-term relationship or something that brings you longer-term happiness here. If it is a blessed ending or you need to end something that is, for whatever reason, has been a journey of the heart, but it needs to end now, then it can be planting the seed for that to end in a blessed way. But either way, this is planting a seed for blessings and well-being and happiness, which is really beautiful. The challenge we have around it is the 6 of shells, the 6 of cups, sentiment and joy. So a lot of cups here, which would suggest that it is really emotional and an intuitive time for you. Plant the seed that emotionally and intuitively feels right for you. Connect in with your heart, Aries. That's what I'm getting with this. The challenge is around letting go of the past and be able to move on from the past and to be able to let go of some memories of the past and to open up to joy and to be able to leave some of those memories of the past in the past. And we have, as the outcome of how this can build and grow, we have love, choice and trust. The challenge might also be around the people around you and relationships as well. But we do see that there is a relationship energy that can expand here. The expansion of trust, the expansion that is around you two choosing to expand and grow together. And this can be any kind of relationship. It can be a friendship. It can be a partner. It could be a new person coming in. It could be a parent, a family member. It could be a work person. But there's a sense that there's something here where a relationship has reached a bit of a turning point and it's ready to expand and blossom and grow into this sense of trust. You know, I'm there by your side. I'm coming along this journey with you. And so we have, as an overall energy, there's some big choices around relationships coming in. And we've also got the 2 of feathers, the 2 of swords, decisions and directions. So it does feel like there are lots of little choices and decisions around this, perhaps some hesitation around what would make you happy and a hesitation around a relationship reaching a turning point, and it's either moving towards an expansion and your heart is ready. I do get, Aries, that your heart is ready to expand and grow and to make more space for these relationships coming into your life. And that's going to be an interesting, you might be hesitant about that at first, but it's going to be interesting to see what direction they're going in. So that is your reading, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, last day for booking into Tarot 101. The link is in the description box below. This is my beautiful online course on demand. I teach you the exact method that I use to read tarot. And yeah, the link is in the description box below. Okay, Taurus, so let's see what is coming in for you. We've got the seed you're planting is the Chariot, discipline and determination. So whatever it is that you're planting here, it is something that you want to build into success. And it's almost like you're taking ownership of it. But it does require you to protect it, and it does require you to be able to let it build and grow. This could quite literally be about moving home, making a significant expansion when it comes to your career or work. There's an ascension energy with the rhinoceros, but it's one step at a time. It could be quite practical as well. And it is ready to move into success. The challenge is the wheel, change and possibilities. So even though this beautiful rhinoceros feels like quite determined on its path, it's like quite linear, like I'm going this way. Whereas the octopus is like, ooh, you need to be a little bit flexible and flowing. You've got 8 arms. You could go all sorts of different ways with this. And that could actually be the challenge, whether you need to be more flexible and flowing or whether it needs to the change. It could be quite changeable here. There's new possibilities that open up. It might expand in unpredictable ways, and it might require you to be more like the octopus than the rhinoceros. So let's see what this can build and grow into. Boom, the Tower. Ooh, unpredictable energy, release and revelation. This could be a change in your life with the Tower. Unexpected change. Could come through. You're stepping into something new that you've outgrown. It really could be, look at these major arcana. This is quite big for you, Taurus. And this is making a nice aspect to you as well, all these energies. And we have, as an overall energy, the Star card, peace and healing, another major arcana. So there are 4 major arcanas. This is really significant for you guys. The overall energy is like this beautiful swan. Swan is graceful. It brings grace to any situation it connects to, but the swan makes everything look effortless and easy, but at the same time we know it's taken a lot of effort to get there, or is still requiring a lot of effort. The star is about moving into the future and putting that time and effort into moving towards this future, feeling really guided for the future. And if there's anything that comes up that is triggering you or is challenging with the octopus suddenly going, oh, it's no longer going that way, it's going over this way, and you need to kind of change and pivot direction and be a little bit more flexible and flowing with it, then the Star card is like the beautiful flowing swan. It can bring you the peace and healing that you're needing in your life at the moment in unexpected ways. So that's your reading, Taurus. Thank you so much. And don't forget about my beautiful Tarot 1. This is 101. It's my online course on demand. It's the last day to get the early bird offer. So if this is something you're thinking about, get in now before the price goes up. So the link is in the description box below. Okay, Gemini, let's see what is coming in for you. Let's see what is the seed that Gemini is planting. Let's see what is coming in for Gemini. Okay, we have the Knight of Crystals. Okay, beautiful. Endurance and determination. Ooh, okay. You're going to have to be this is the Knight of Pentacles, very determined, like that camel. You're about to go on a journey. It's a journey that's going to require resilience. It's a journey that's going to maybe be a longer journey. You're going to have to be prepared for it as well. It might be something around longer term stability. It's a journey that you're going to trust or learn to trust. And it's a journey that, like I said, it might require this determination, this discipline, this endurance, but you're going to be ready for it as well. So let's look at the challenge around that. So let's look at the challenge. We have the Six of Shells, sentiment and joy. So, these little happy otters, they just want to play, don't they? They don't want to have to be like the workhorse of the camel that is very, takes on burdens and can go the long distance. The Six of Shells just like, oh, enough of that. I just want to go off and play. Let's have some fun. So staying the course is probably going to be the challenge here, but whatever's birthing here is something for your longer term that is going to require that endurance and discipline. It's something very tangible and grounded. So if it's like a new relationship or a new direction within a relationship, that's what it's asking for, is trust and endurance and longer term energy. If it's something to do with like living situation, health, or even money or work situations, that's a similar energy for all of them. It's an element of earth. We have as the potential outcome for this, the Eight of Shells, quest and renewal, which is really beautiful. The Eight of Cups, that beautiful little starfish there, is working out what makes it happy. And it's sort of like this longer term journey of what really makes you happy. There could be a lot of stuff around emotional healing and renewal that comes in around it as well, which is really important. And so I do get that there's a lot to do with relationships that's coming in around this, or that things need to feel fulfilling for you. And we have as an overall energy, the shaman energy, divine wisdom, spiritual power. So this direction needs to have, like, whatever it is that's starting for you here, and it's slow moving, grounding down, could even be quite practical, but it has to have this sense of spiritual purpose or feel connected to a soul journey in some way. So that is the energy connecting into your divine wisdom, your spiritual power, and it's going to ask you to stay the course here with this. So I think overall, in terms of where you end up with this, in terms of emotionally, and also what's happening with your physical health, your money, and where you're living, and just your stability in the world, this could bring some good things with it. So that's it, Gemini. Thank you so much. Don't forget about my Tarot 101 course. It's the last day. I want you to get in and get the good price before it goes up. So the link is in the description box below. Okay, Cancer, let's see what is coming in for you. We have the seed that is being planted is the beautiful Cancer card itself, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Shells, peace and compassion. This is such a beautiful card. Look how happy that little seal is, or sea lion. It's just so happy. It's you. So it's planting a seed for you, something especially for you, something that feels that it can bring you peace and love and compassion. Maybe it's something nurturing for you, but it's definitely something about looking after yourself or feeling loved and nurtured. That is the seed that is wanting to be planted here. So let's look at the challenge around that. We have the Emperor. Okay, focus and stability. So the challenge around that is that the Emperor is kind of pretty dominating and wants to control something and wants to be an authority and wants to do things this way, very action focused, whereas the Queen of Shells is kind of like, I need to do something for myself. So it's really, the challenge is about dealing with other people's needs or other people's demands, other like power differentials as well. Somebody saying, like, putting somebody else first, or somebody thinking, or you even thinking that they're more important than you. So the Emperor is pretty assertive and might want to put, this energy might want to put itself first, and that might itself be the challenge, just putting yourself first. And we have the potential outcome for this, for Cancer, we have the Traveller, beautiful, a reset coming in with the 0 of the Fool card, adventure and potential. So this could go anywhere with the Fool card. This is about stepping into something very radically different and new, having the energy to do that. It could even mean travel for you, international travel, or traveling around, booking a trip. That can come through with it as well. But I feel like you're ready to leap into something new, something exciting, something unpredictable. And it starts with planting this little seed that is about nurturing you, that is especially for you. And we have the overall energy, the 8 of Shells, quest and renewal. So it is a quest for renewal. The 8 of Cups is saying emotionally it's a quest for renewal. But once you go through this, planting these seeds for you, and in some way a lot of emotional healing coming in, and even physical healing coming in around that, giving you what you need around that, then you're going to have the energy to leap into something new here, which is going to be wonderful with this. It's going to feel like a real reset for you, Cancer, which is really beautiful. So that's your reading, Cancer. Thank you so much. Don't forget about my Tarot 101 only 1 day left at the early bird price. I want you to get it before the price goes up. It's on-demand video course. You can watch it at any time. Check it out. The link is in the description box below. Okay, Leo. Oh, okay. What seed is being planted for you? A big, strong one like this bison, 8 of Pentacles, dedication and progress. This is actually a Virgo card. So this is around seeds to do with your work, or something that you're going to want to put work in, or something that you've been working on. It is requiring work. You're going to master this and potentially be known for this, or feel a sense of satisfaction that this is working in your life. But definitely, like this big bison, you might come up against the headwinds. As long as you're connected to the earth, and even this beautiful crystalline structure, even the 5D consciousness of the earth, or some kind of beautiful magical energy connected to feeling quite grounded, you're going to have the determination to move through this. So definitely planting seeds around something that you want to work on or you want to work in your life or around your work. The challenge is the wheel, change and possibilities. It's funny because Taurus got this as the same challenge, and this bison, they got the rhinoceros. Because you're both fixed signs, I'm seeing the similarity between the two of you, because it's like, I want to go that way. And with Mercury being in your sign, Leo, at the moment, this new moon is in more of a mutable sign that is ruled by Mercury, that wants things to flow, like the wheel, like the octopus, change and possibilities. So if you're cross-watching for Taurus or you have any Taurian energies, you might want to watch that reading as well. Like the rhinoceros in the Taurus reading, this bison just wants to go like 1 foot in a straight line. Just wants to go 1 foot in front of the other in a straight line, and then it comes across this strange creature, the octopus, and goes, what on earth is that? What is that doing in my world? It's not even of my world. It's something completely outside my world. The octopus lives in the sea, the ocean. It doesn't live on land. And so it's like encountering these things that just feel really different or out of place or surprising. And it's just a matter of like having to change the direction that you're going in to be a little bit more flexible and flowing, opening up to these new possibilities. Just when you're like, I want it to go in this direction, this feels really good, I'm happy to work in this direction, and then suddenly, the octopus comes in and goes, blah, 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 blah. Maybe we're going in that direction. Maybe you have to go there. And it's sort of like, I want to know what direction I'm going in. So that might be the challenge that comes up with it, Leo. And ultimately, that's the Wheel of Fortune. It is about expansion. So the challenge could be about expanding and growing. And we have as the outcome the 5 of Feathers, strategy and resilience. And so you might start off quite hopeful, like the bison's feeling pretty determined and pretty like, I've got this under control. I feel pretty good about this. Comes across this strange creature, the octopus, and goes, what is that? And then says, okay, maybe along this journey, I need to have a bit of a better plan, or I need to make sure I'm like this armadillo and got my armor on just in case I come across one of these strange sea monsters again, sea creatures, whatever they are. Something odd. So emotionally, you might feel like you need to protect yourself and come up with a little plan and be a little bit more resilient and come up with a strategy. And that may be what is changing here once the awareness of what this is and the impact it's going to have in your world is coming in. And we have as an overall energy the 7 of Feathers, which is the 7 of Swords, preparation and resourcefulness, which was exactly what we're saying. As an overall energy, you need to be prepared for change and new possibilities coming in, and that this could bring change into your world. And also, be looking at your resources, prepare as much as you can, and just shift and change along the way with what you need. The bison says, I've got a pretty thick hide. I didn't think I needed it until I came across the octopus, but I'll put some armor on just in case there's something else I needed, which I didn't think I did at the start of the journey. And so just to be flexible and flowing with that, there's going to be things coming up that could definitely bring a big change and expansion into your world, which definitely feels like it could be connected to your work in some way, or this tangible thing on the earthly realm. And just to be open that it's potentially going to go, there's going to be other things thrown at you which you're not expecting, but it could lead it into a whole new direction and it could be better. So that's your reading, Leo. Thank you so much. Don't forget about my beautiful Tarot 101 course today. It's the last day to get the early bird price. I want you to get in and get the price before the price gets up. Get it at that price. It's an on-demand video course. You can watch it whenever. And I teach you the exact method that I am using, actually, for tarot. So the link is in the description box below. All right. Virgo, moving on to you. This card came out as I was just in the middle of like saying goodbye to Leo. So things could happen quickly for you, actually, with this. It's like keen to come. It's keen to arrive. The card came out before I was even ready for the reading. So it might be some things. This is like a soul seed that's being planted here that's just like, I can't wait to get here. I can't even wait. And it's like it might be ready before you're ready. That's the thing that's coming in with it. So just be prepared for that. But this 8 of Shells, the 8 of Cups, is quest and renewal. It's about your emotional well-being. It's about how you're feeling. It could be around, your sense of fulfillment. And it could be, I kind of just get the water in your body. I don't know why I'm getting that, but the water inside your body, maybe you need to be clearing and detoxing or cleansing in some way, or making sure you're staying hydrated or drinking enough water. What are you consuming? What are you putting into your body? Things like that I'm getting here for you, Virgo, in terms of the seed that you're planting is going to be a quest for renewal in some way, an emotional, spiritual quest for renewal, which is very beautiful. And we have as the challenge, the 0, the traveler, adventure potential. This is the Fool card. So the challenge is to reset. I think that for some of you, that might be a challenge, because it's like it's hard to stop and reset sometimes, or it's hard to kind of stop and look at something or give yourself the time to reset. And the traveler adventure potential is like, it's like the Fool card of just jumping into something completely new. That might in itself might feel like a challenge as well. This new direction that's coming in, this reset, that could be a challenge for you. Let's see what else is coming in, where this could land. We have the 6 of Feathers, transition and insight. This is the 6 of Swords, and what they're saying is it could actually be a start of a 2-year period that is coming in for you. You might find yourself in a better place, like mentally, feeling more peaceful, feeling calmer, but there could be a 2-year cycle around this, and we have the Emperor, focus and stability. So there's something here around mental and emotional health that is around a reset that could bring some stability, that could even be something that lasts for a couple of years even here. It's got a longer term energy around it. And it is something that if you want to transition in your life into a new area, this could bring that, or move in some way. This could bring that. So that's your reading, Virgo. Thank you so much for joining me. The other thing that you're saying is the Emperor is where you could feel like you're a little bit more in control in some way. Interesting. Or that you might be seen more as an authority. That's something else that's coming through with it. So yeah, interesting. So that's your reading, Virgo. Just remember that you do have another new moon coming up. So, well, this is a powerful new beginning. We're seeing that with the traveler. That is in itself, the powerful new beginning might be the challenge. But we'll see what happens in the next new moon further down the track when I do a reading for that. So that is your reading. And that could be unpredictable. And, you know, this could bring some sort of very interesting change where you can transition into something very new and different for you. So that's your reading, Virgo. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget about my Tarot 101. Today is the last day to get the early bird price. After that, it goes up permanently. So if this is something you're thinking about, this is the time to get in. It's an on-demand video course. I teach you the method that I teach, learning tarot. And so the link for that is in the description box below. Okay, Libra. So let's see. Let's get a card, not a bunch of cards. So let's see what is coming in for Libra. We have, okay, the seed that you are planting is the Knight of Acorns, the Knight of Wands, action and drive. So this is all about taking positive action in your life. And potentially for some of you, it is about travel and traveling overseas. But in general, I'm just getting a sense that this seed potentially could spur you into action in a really positive way. So let's see what else we're getting in for Libra. Okay, the challenge is the Ace of Shells, happiness and abundance. So that's not much of a challenge, really. This is the Ace of Cups. But the challenge might be that you're really wanting to do something that you love and that you're really motivated by that. And there might be other things in the way that can come through with this Ace of Shells, happiness and abundance, because I feel like this is the Knight of Wands heading for its queen, the Queen of Wands, and this is where it's heading, to a sense of maturity. It starts off with the Knight, which is a very exciting idea, and then it matures into this beautiful passion and creativity. So in many ways, I just feel like you're going to want to be inspired, Libra, and just do what you want to do. And it may be that you're stepping into feeling more confident or stepping into some kind of leadership energy. There's a warmth with this Queen of Wands here, passion and creativity. So this seed is really all about following your passion, maybe setting a seed for something you want to create in your world, or if you are creative, some kind of creative project that comes in. There could also be a relationship here of wanting more passion or more within a relationship, or even have a new start for a relationship of some sort, whether this is a new person or whether this is a new cycle within a relationship. Oh, and we have the King of Wands. My goodness, we've got the whole Wands family here for you, Libra. We've got King, Knight, Queen. Okay, the whole royal cavalry has come out for you. So this is quite amazing. The Wands are all about your creativity, your passion, your actions you're taking, motivation and drive. You might find that you're feeling quite motivated by this, but definitely feels like it's being supported with the King and Queen of Wands coming out. And this King of Wands might even be where you are you're mobilizing other people into action as well. Maybe you're inspiring other people. Maybe there's a really nice thing. This is really fabulous relationship cards, I have to say, coming through as well. Or just there's someone around you that you're really getting on with, and it's like we're heading in the same direction, and this is feeling really, really good. Or it just feels like whatever direction you've chosen, it's all flowing. It feels right. It feels like you've got the wind in your hair. It feels like this is what I want to be doing. So don't be afraid to do what it is that you want, to follow your passion, and to ask for someone to come alongside with you with this, or to share this with somebody. It's a really beautiful energy, and it feels like there's a nice balance between the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and the element of fire quite literally is quite beautiful next to the Ace of Shells, that lovely Ace of Cups. Even though that's a challenge, it feels like it's very much still have to take the time out to connect. It's not all about the doing and the let's get excited and let's do this, let's do that. It's like, let's take some time out to just make how you're feeling, to touch base. And this doesn't have to be a relationship as in a love relationship. It can be any relationship, like a friendship or a sibling or something like that in your life, a work person, a member of your family. But equally, it could just be different aspects of you, the divine masculine, divine feminine, just working really well together. And this is a really fabulous seed I can see you're planting here, to plant something that you really want and that you're feeling quite passionate about, and you might like to share it with other people. So that is your reading, Libra. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't miss out on the last day of, it's finishing on midnight, the 23rd Eastern Standard Time, of my Tarot 101 course. If you're interested in this, you want to get the early bird offer, the link is in the description box below. Okay, Scorpio. So let's see what is going on for you. You've got some nice placements with this energy. So we have, yes, Ace of Feathers, mental clarity and foundation. This is the Ace of Swords. So this is fantastic in terms of the seed that you're planting. It's the Ace of Swords. So this is a new idea, a fabulous new idea, or it could be you're writing, or you've got an idea for a book, or you've made a choice, you've made a really positive decision in your life, you've gained some clarity in your life in some way. It's just really fabulous. It's like a really clear head. I know what I want. Let's see what the challenge is going to be around this. There might be a new person that you're talking to. Now, interestingly, the challenge is the moon, which is imagination and perception. So this Ace of Swords wants everything to be clear and, logical, and wants to know what's going on, whereas the moon is the opposite. It's where things are like, you can't see things clearly in the moon, and there's illusions and there's imaginations, and it's all very subjective. And the Ace of Feathers is like, but I want this to be clear. So the Ace of Feathers can be like, I want it to be clear. I want it to see the truth. I want it to be really logical. And it kind of comes up against these energies of other people's opinions or subjective responses, or even, creating space for you to have this energy of the imagination and the perception around that something isn't clear. So the challenge is when something isn't clear and there's an illusion around something, and to be able to believe your own truth or believe the truth that's being presented to you, or to be able to believe in and have a vision in this idea that you've come up with. So let's see how this potentially could end up. We have the Two of Feathers. Okay, the Two of Swords, decisions and directions. And we also have the Seven of Shells, choice and ambitions. This is quite fascinating because there's this clarity here, and then immediately it just goes, ooh, I don't know if I can trust this. I don't know if I can trust this idea or trust this truth, or whether I really believe it to be true, or whether I believe it can happen. So you might actually be going through something like that, but it goes straight from the One of Swords, the Ace of Swords, to the Two of Swords. And so it's a very logical step-by-step process for you. And the Two of Swords is making a whole heap of small decisions and choices and directions. And what's going on here with this? Where can it end up? It could end up with making something, it becomes very clear what direction you want to go in with some things, but don't be surprised if there's a little bit of murkiness in the middle of it, because we've also got the other card of cloudedness, the Seven of Cups here, choice and ambition. And this is, the Seven of Shells. And so this is where you've got lots of choices in front of you, quite literally. You're making all these choices, you're making all these decisions, and it is about making the clear choices, the right choice, the right decision. And that's where you're going to land with this, actually being able to choose a direction, which may have been something that's been playing on your mind. And it might have just been the very next step that you are thinking about here. But you get to that next step, and that's the important thing. Amidst a lot of choice, a lot of not sure and uncertainty around it, there's some of the challenges, but then you get to you end up with a clear path of making a very clear choice or choosing a very clear direction here. And it might be a series of choices as well that come in. So I feel like there's what they're bringing me to is a little bit like in the Leo and Taurus, your opposite sign reading, that Mercury is in Leo and it wants to be kind of quite fixed in the way that it thinks, like the Ace of Swords is like, yes, I see really clearly, this is the path or where I want to go. And then in comes the Moon, which is this kind of but all this other murky energy. And it's going to require a little bit of flexibility, flow and flexibility of the mind and choices and decisions that are coming in here. But ultimately, it's going to lead you into the right path. It just might feel like it took a long time to get from A to B to actually decide this is the direction I'm going in. But a direction becomes very clear inside your mind. And I think that you are making the right choice here, which is really fantastic. So that's your reading, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't miss out on the beautiful Tarot 101 course. Last 24 hours, last days. It ends on the 23rd midnight. So depends when you get this reading. But if you're interested in this, you don't want to miss out on the early bird offer. The link for that course is in the description box below. Okay, Sagittarius, so let's see what is coming in for you. What is the seed, the new thing that is birthing for you? The Page of Crystals, the Page of Pentacles, ideas and discipline. Okay, so this is where there's something here that you've been working on. And yes, it's an idea, but it's also a pentacle. So it's something really tangible here. It might be to do with your work. It might be to do with a direction you're choosing. It might be to do with your health. It might be to do with around money. It could be around your home as well. But it's something new, and it might even be there's someone new around these areas coming in for you, but it's new, fresh energy that comes in, and it's a sense that now I'm getting excited about this direction, this idea, and I'm wanting to make it happen. And I'm also willing to put in the work, the fact we've got that discipline there. It's the page, so it's just the very beginning or the new spark or the new idea in some way, but it's like I can see where this can go, and I'm willing to kind of commit to it and put the energy in for it. So that's a good idea. I think you're going to be feeling good about that. The challenge is the Six of Feathers, transition and insight. So the challenge is really that knowing that you're wanting to plant something really stable, like it's a pentacle, and then the challenge is this Six of Swords, transition and insight. it's saying that you are going through a transition period, or this seed that you're planting is going to go through a transition period. And that in itself might be a bit of a challenge. Or if this is a new person or a new relationship, it's going to go through a transition period. But you will gain some valuable insights through that process. And where is it potentially going to end up? Wow, the High Priestess, intuition and sacred knowledge. That is fantastic. So very lucky energy when the High Priestess comes out like that. And it's about really learning to trust your intuition, where something you begin is going to go through an interesting like trial and error or transition period, and you're really learning to trust your intuition through that. And the High Priestess brings lots of luck, signs and synchronicities. There might be someone around you who is very intuitive that can give you some support in some way. But this really feels like with the High Priestess that you are taking ownership of this, and it's feeling like it's heading in the right direction, which is really nice. It's being supported by the universe. So it starts off as the little fox and ends up as the beautiful High Priestess cat. So something's going through a metamorphosis. It's changing form, but where it sort of elevates, it ends up in this kind of spiritual elevation in the end. And speaking of elevation, we have as an overall energy the Three of Wands, the Three of Acorns, foresight and exploration. That giraffe is like got its head high up and it can see things from that higher perspective. There's a clear space in the foliage and suddenly you can see something clearly. So once you see that and you see the opportunity, it's like, I'm going to go down that path. So you're not going in blind with this. You're seeing the possibilities of something. You've looked at something. You've gone through it and gone, right, I'm ready to expand and grow. This is what I'm ready to commit to. And so it feels like this is, like I said, the Three of Wands, which is the Three of Fire. It's very much you're going in knowing exactly that you're going to go through this expansion, or whatever this seed is, the Page of Pentacles, like it could be a new financial agreement, a new financial contract, a new financial opportunity, a conversation around money that can come through with it as well. But it's something very like a new message that you could tangibly make a shift and change here on the material realm, but it's going to go through these kind of periods of changing form or a transition period, but where it lands is going to be like almost like a mystical, magical place with the High Priestess, or might feel very soul aligned, which is very nice. Or at least intuitively, you're going to be feeling your way through this and just have some real strong knowings about the direction that this is going in. So that's your reading, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget about my beautiful Tarot 101 course. It's final hours, final days, depending on when you get this reading. It ends on midnight 23rd, Saturday the 23rd at Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in doing this, it's my foundational course, an on-demand video course, and now's the time to get it because you'll get it at the early bird price. Then it goes up forever after that. So the link for that is in the description box below. Okay, Capricorn, let's see what is coming in for you. What is the new thing that is birthing into your world? Okay, let's see. We have a couple of things coming in. All right, let's have a look at this. We have the Knight of Feathers as the new thing, the seed, the thing that you are birthing. This is the Knight of Swords, action and focus. So it really feels like there's some kind of idea, direction, belief, or plan here that you are putting into action here. And it's like the thoughts that are going through your mind are spurring you into action. So this is where things could accelerate and move really quickly for you with the Knight of Swords, because it's a very fast moving energy. And it's interesting because it might happen really quickly. It's suddenly, boom, I've just got this idea. Yes, I want to put that idea into action. That could happen really quickly. I don't find, because it's ending up as the Eight of Pentacles, it's going to ground down, which is good. The challenge we have is the Nine of Shells, gratitude and fulfillment. So the challenge is that this has to be a fulfilling process for you. And sometimes the Knight of Swords can be somebody rushing in or somebody feeling pressured. I don't necessarily feel that for you because there's a nice and good flow of energy with this new moon going to you, Capricorn. But it also feels like just to be aware of that, because there might be either people not understanding what this idea is or people thinking you've rushed in. But it has to be feeling like it might be that you're just so willing to take action on this so quickly because it feels so like it feels just like this feels right, like it feels like divine guidance coming in here. But the thing is that you're going to prove them wrong with this Eight of Crystals, the Eight of Pentacles, which is the card of Virgo, dedication and progress. You're going to dedicate yourself to this idea that comes in really quickly. You're going to make it work. You're going to put in the hard work, the discipline, and people are going to start seeing the progress here. And that's when people are going to go, I'll start believing you, or that's when you're going to start feeling more, it's going to feel more fulfilling. So it's almost like in a weird way, you're proving yourself, or you have to kind of trust and believe in something, in this idea, when other people might not. So that's something that comes through with it. And we also have, as an overall energy, the Queen of Swords, perception and truth. So the Queen right next to her Knight, which is very nice. And it feels like this makes a lot of sense now, but because it's the bat flying in the dark, a lot of people won't see it or won't understand it. So you have to really trust your perception and what your truth here. And it's almost like you're flying through the dark for the moment until you put this idea into action. And it might be just something that's been in the works or in the back of your mind for a while, or you're just doing it a bit behind the scenes and you haven't shown anybody or talked to anybody about it yet. But once it comes out into the open and people actually see the progress and see it working, that's when it's going to be like, this is all making sense. So it feels almost like you've got a little secret project or something that you're secretly working on. So are you working on like a writing project, something to do with the element of air, studying, learning, teaching, reading, writing, or just like an idea that you're working on here. But whatever it is, it starts sort of a little bit more behind the scenes, but it starts working through this dedication and progress. So the motto for this is to believe in yourself, believe in your ideas, and seeing is believing, quite literally. And I think you're going to prove some of the naysayers wrong. So that's your reading, Capricorn. Please don't forget about my beautiful Tarot 101 course. It's the last days, the last hours of it being available at the early bird price. It will go up after that. It's an on-demand video course. You can watch it anytime. And if you're interested in it, now's the time to get in. The link is in the description box below. Okay, Aquarius. Let's see what seed. What new thing is birthing? What seed is birthing here? We've got the Wheel of Fortune, change and possibilities. My goodness, what is going on in that brilliant mind of yours, Aquarius? I feel like you're conjuring and manifesting something from the deep, from this little beautiful octopus deep inside the waters, and change and possibilities. So it may be there's something that you've really decided you want to change in your life, and you've kind of dug a bit deep with this, and this is the Wheel of Fortune. It is about expansion and actually seeing that change is possible for you. So I feel like that's a really important element around the planting of this seed. So let's see what the challenge is coming in around this. What is the challenge for Aquarius? Let's have a look at the challenge coming in. The Wheel of Fortune is really positive because it could be a turning point in terms of, just your fortune, like wanting something to change into a new direction. So we have the challenge is the Five of Crystals, persistence and new possibilities. So it's almost like you might want everything at once, but also this is a little ladybird, the Five of Pentacles. It may be some financial challenges or challenges on the material realm around home or health or things like that are coming in that could be a challenge for you. And even it may be that you get so excited about this at first, you're feeling so positive and hopeful, and then a little bit of the wind gets taken out of the sails, but you have to keep at it. You have to kind of keep believing and keep working with it, because I feel like this persistence will bring in the new possibilities, and it's just about you moving through that. And even though it might feel like hard work, heavy or frustrating, and also believing that that can be true. So let's see. So you might come up against some of your belief systems. Let's look at where this could potentially go. Now it's looking all flowy, and with the little sea, the watery creatures here all flowing around. The Seven of Wands, determination and stamina. that determination that is needed and required for this to make this change possible is actually working for you, because we're going to move to the Six of Cups, the Six of Shells, sentiment and joy. So you're going to feel happy. You're going to be feeling a lot more emotionally balanced. It might actually have a positive flow-on effect to relationships around you as well. And it feels like things are flowing a little bit, like it starts off as the beautiful flowy octopus, and then it kind of comes up against like this challenge of something on the material realm, some kind of challenge, and then things start to flow again. So it's emotionally it flows, intuitively it flows, creatively it flows again. So that's a really nice energy to come in. Ooh, and we have as an overall energy the Nine of Acorns, the Nine of Wands, power and perseverance. So you're getting a lot of those words: perseverance, persistence, determination, stamina. And then there's new opportunities, new possibilities coming up. And at the end, you've got joy. And somebody by your side enjoying this as well. So this is really nice, but you're going to have to be like this beautiful Black Panther here with the eyes very focused to be able to remain in your power and not be swayed too much by when things don't necessarily work out, or when a challenge arises, to actually keep the focus and keep the persistence and keep the perseverance, and you'll get there. You'll get to the happy part at the end of the Six of Shells, the sentiment and joy, which is really lovely. And I love these little otters. They're very playful. And it's somebody by your side here with this sentiment and joy. So it's potentially you're creating some nice memories with this as well, which is, a really nice energy, or that you feel like something's possible, that you can create these nice energies, that things are starting to flow for you, which is also really nice. So that's your reading, Aquarius. Don't forget about my beautiful Tarot 101 course. It's last time it runs out. The early bird offer runs out at midnight, the 23rd, Saturday the 23rd, Eastern Standard Time. So if this is something you're interested in, it's an on-demand video course, so you can watch it anytime. If this is something that you're interested in, and I've just pulled this card again. So if you're interested in this, I don't want you to miss out, Aquarius. With the early bird, the offer, the price will go up after midnight on the 23rd to its normal price. So check it out. The link is in the description box below. Okay, Pisces, my goodness. So this new moon is planting seeds based on the Five of Crystals, the Five of Pentacles, persistence and new possibilities. So we're about to enter the eclipse season, where you are one of the major players of the eclipse season energy. And this Virgo new moon is going to be affecting you because it's your opposite sign. And so I feel like there is something here that you're planting, that you're birthing, that is a challenge to grow, especially on the material realm. So it might be you're challenging yourself to be making more money, or challenging yourself to be more financially stable, or challenging yourself to feel more stable within a relationship, or challenging yourself to grow when it comes to a home and living situation. Maybe there's like you're wanting to see growth within that situation, or that there's some kind of change coming in around your home. Perhaps you're having struggles with your health or something like that. The Five of Crystals is wanting you to open up to these new possibilities, that through getting out of the comfort zone a little bit and challenging yourself to grow and persisting with something, that you might get the rewards that you're looking for here. So this is a really wonderful time for growth, in terms of growth in the material realm. Let's look at the challenge, the High Priestess, intuition, sacred knowledge. So you're very much like the Five of Crystals is the Five of Pentacles, which is, we know Virgo is the earth sign, whereas you're more the High Priestess. The High Priestess is more Piscean, very mystical, intuitive, intuition, sacred knowledge. And it's almost like I want to go back to being me, but there's something that I need to work on in the human world. I have to focus on in the material realm. And I just would prefer to go off and escape into the world of the High Priestess. Or the challenge might be to trust your intuition with this, because it's in the material realm. It might feel like there's some kind of challenge around that in some way. So let's see where this is going, potentially. Oh, the World. We love that. You're going to dive in deep fulfillment and celebration. So, if you overcome that challenge and challenge yourself to grow, trust your intuition, then you're going to be like this beautiful whale. The World card is about completion. So it may be that you are challenging. You might start a project or start something, whatever this is, this challenge. And I feel like you get to this completion stage of the World card, and you might find that very satisfying. We've got fulfillment and celebration. So I feel like it's kind of like I really want to get stuck into something, into a project. I really want to challenge myself here, and there are going to be beautiful rewards coming in around that. And we've also got the 9 of Pentacles, security and abundance, which is really lovely. So you start off as the 5 of crystals, the 5 of Pentacles. This little ladybird's very determined, keep going. There's new possibilities. I know I can do this. And then you end up as the beautiful, masterful spider in the 9 of Pentacles, weaving security and abundance into your world and feeling like you've mastered something. You might be feeling like you can stand on your own 2 feet, or you're feeling more independent with this energy, the 9 of crystals. It can be where you are setting yourself up so that you're feeling self-reliant, or that you've started from the 5, you end up at the 9. So you're feeling pretty satisfied with the results that are coming in here, but definitely seeing some kind of tangible result coming through and feeling quite happy and satisfied with those results. But it does start off with a challenge. So if there's something to do with your health, your home, your money, or even with your work and career, and you want to challenge yourself with this is a wonderful intention to set, or a seed to birth in this new moon. So that's your reading, Pisces. Thank you so much. Don't forget about my beautiful Tarot 101 course. The early bird offer finishes on the 23rd of August. It is the last day or days, depending on when you get this reading. So if that's something you're interested in, it's time to get in now. Otherwise, the price goes up permanently. The link for that is in the description box below. It's an on-demand video course. You can watch it at your own pace at any time. And yeah, love it if you check that out.